All right, so welcome. Thank you guys for showing up. This is a picture from about 2.5 years ago.
Most of the people are still here. So for those of you who don't know, David's one of the owners. Tony's our broker. We have Mike Young, two of the mechanics. He's he wasn't working out. Then you see Mike Chavez right there. And then this is Maria, she does your permits. There's Heather. There's Scott. Hey, Scott! Then you've got Tara, she's no longer here. Morgan, she's no longer here.
Stephen, he's the other owner. And Cynthia, who does a lot of your payroll stuff. Ron and Kelly.
Dude, he's exploding. I don't know. It's not. It wasn't. One's always been so. Well, that's what he wants to hear. 10 beers? Hell yeah. Alright, so hey, look. This is as close as you can come without nothing else. Those brakes were good. I don't think you can get much closer. Was that us?
That was a Red Hood.
Oh, definitely had to change his pants after that.
I know!
Nikola Tre Bev. It's our all-electric battery truck. Charging time as low as 90 minutes. Our advertised range is 330 miles. Our cab over day cab design gives you turning radius and more visibility for the city operations, which is what a battery electric truck is ideally made for. Our truck weight is 29.5. It's about 10,000 more than your average diesel day cab. We've got a front-facing and rear-facing camera.
Are they available for purchase right now?
They're available for purchase right now. Alta is our dealer here in Chicago. We're manufactured in Coolidge, Arizona.
And the $1 million question, how much does it cost?
How much money do you have?
My mom has 10 of those on order, but
Didn't you see that huge sleeper back there? I didn't see that?
That's ridiculous. Not only that, it's only 330 miles.
Are you guys trying to send a message? You're starting to show a lot of videos of electric trucks. Stop. He's got me.
Don't mess with these guys. Listen.
These two are
10,000 pounds fucking heavier than a normal truck.
10,000.
That'd be fucking ridiculous.
You know how much each thing gives you though? For overweight?
You can eat it. $2,000. Every state is 2,000. So now you just ate 8,000 pounds worth of weight. Without even being fucking weight. You're losing your equipment. Yeah, you're losing. But it's better for the environment. No, it's not.
You see what I hope money goes in to make the fucking batteries for those pieces of shit? Get up on it.
Hey, it's not, listen guys, it's not making the batteries this bad.
It's money.
What do you do?
With the battery when it's done. Whoa! You have chemicals there that just are so caustic, it's unbelievable. So what do you do with it? And if we go to all this electric battery stuff, plus our grid's not set up for it. So is it? This guy, strapped to the back. Hey, I don't think there's a more tried and true truck rider out there than you already. How long have you been driving trucks? 53 years.
53 years?
Wow! How long have you been before you retire? I'll die to the day I die.
I'll
Die to the day I die. Alright, so let's get into the meat of it. So my goal is to instruct you guys on laws.
Because I think knowledge is the more knowledge you have, the more understanding of how you work on it. So, under 392.9, it talks about the driver's responsibility. So a driver is responsible driver may not operate a commercial motor vehicle, and we're not supposed to allow you to drive one unless the cargo is properly distributed and adequately secured, as specified in 393, 100 through 136. Those are the load sections. That's all load sections right there. And it says, number 2, the commercial vehicle's tailgate, tailboard, doors, tarpaulins, spare tire, and other equipment used in its operation, and the means of fastening the commercial motor vehicle's cargo are secured. So it's ultimately up to you guys to secure your cargo properly. If they write you this, they're going after you.
The driver more so than us as the motor carrier.
Drivers of truck tractors, except the 4B, it talks about assure himself that the provisions of paragraph A, which we just wrote, that this section has been completed or complied with before you drive that commercial vehicle. Then it goes into the inspection. And you're supposed to do that within the first 50 miles after loading. So Scott and I were just walking the yard and somebody brought in a load of beans. And I was like, holy cow, it's all changed. This is wonderful. So I started taking a picture, and Scott walks up and grabs the cane and shakes it like this. Well, that wasn't all of it, was it? What?
It was?
I don't remember. No, it wasn't yours.
I got all chains on mine.
No, it wasn't yours. So then, you got a re-exam.
Guys, nobody's doing this, and we're gonna get burned on it. So you'll get troopers, or you're gonna get ADOT or people like them in other states. One guy's gonna know the law, and he's gonna look for that, and then he's gonna start banging.
It's just like, in a little bit, I'll show you some inspections we've done. And what have I been harping on about load securement when it's secured? No, but that's what CHP got it. So, so after that, after the first 50 miles, you're supposed to go either 150 miles, 3 hours, or change duty status. Whatever occurs first, you're supposed to do a load check. Okay? Every time you get out of that
Truck, you're supposed to check your load. If you drive 150 miles, you're supposed to pull over and check your load.
if it's been 3 hours of drive time, you're supposed to go over and check the load. Do I want you to put load check on your log? No. Very good. Just go on duty till you push the on duty button. Otherwise, what happens? How long does it take your on duty to circulate? I don't know, 5 minutes. So if you guys are getting low on your drive time and you get out to the place where you're going to load, I push that. If you do that throughout your entire week, you'll probably save yourself 2 hours of drive time. Well, could be. Yeah. Who raised your hand? Okay. That's why we get about 1-inch straps, 2-inch straps. That was the thing for you. Lifting outside of the
So everybody got that, right?
So the only time that rule doesn't apply is to sealed commercial vehicles. Are we sealed? We have a place to put that seal on, isn't it? This one came into the yard, just like this. Nothing.
And I see danger in the car. I try not to never, I'll leave my buddies at the table before I leave them. I don't like doing that.
So you can always throw it on the deck. If the deck's full, you guys can always get creative on how to do this. The 1-inch, the 2-inch straps.
You gotta carry them. I mean, we're tightening down on equipment, but you gotta have your stuff. When you come in and you drop a loaded trailer, and you leave your stuff on that loaded trailer, you gotta come over to the Connex and see,
Billy or Wade or somebody, they'll exchange your equipment. But you gotta carry the right stuff. So he came in like this, and so under cargo securement it says, the loading of parts of the vehicle, such as the spare tire, any part of the load, cargo, or dunnage, can fall off on the roadway. You can't have that. You gotta secure it. But this is on the other side of it. This is on the passenger side. On the same trailer. Now, we don't want you dumping your dunnage because each one of those boards is about $18. Yeah. So, I mean, that's a lot of money right there. Right there on the side. That's a lot of money. Besides killing somebody. But what he said was, when I called him, he said, oh, I didn't restock my truck. So you guys have got to restock your trucks. You gotta do this right. I hate
seeing dunnage there, please don't put it there. Because guys will come in and they do the normal, vehicle inspection.
They get a trailer, which means they park up the old, that's what they're running. So if this is on the passenger side, are you gonna see it? So I have 5 tooth and nail for damage. They just will not do it. They don't want to pay. They don't want to pay. We get the trailers delivered to us that way. That's the way they come. We don't have to. We have to. Yeah. Well, if you go on the side, there's ways to do it, but however, that's right now the owners.
Listen, guys, right now the owners are saying no, so.
Ricardo,
Can you get a violation?
expensive. Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, that's a big violation.
Oh, that's out of service.
Out of service.
We don't, the out of service is a big deal to us, but not as much as that falling out and being a projectile in somebody's car.
The other way, they only need one strap, this way.
And it's a road So, it's a good point. That's a good point. If you carry it this way, 2 straps. If you carry it on your, underneath on your landing gear, 1 strap. California's still like, it's California. I fight with California all the time. I'm in a fight with them right now.
So listen, guys, the more you talk, the longer this will take, so. I don't mind you talking and asking questions, but when you're with each other.
California I'm fighting with right now. I'm gonna win. But they don't want to give up. So if we look at this load, pretty good steering, right? Oh. He's got dunnage on the catwalk, but he's got 2 straps over it. But, is tier strapping correct? That's why it says tier strapping, somewhat. So what's the law say about tier strapping? First 10 feet. No. What it says is you've got to secure where you go through, so this is 4 tiers in the front, right? So you got to go up halfway and do a gut. Then you throw one over the top. Wherever you're throwing one over the top, there needs to be a gut. 1 for every 10 feet of article, cargo, or fraction thereof. So what's wrong with this one? Well, is there a strap next to this one? No. Those 3, 2 of them don't have one. He's missing tons of gut straps.
He doesn't have a 2-inch strap.
You can use
I
a
use
2-inch.
2-inch for all of my belts.
Yeah. Yeah, you can use your 2-inch for belly. That's not a problem. He went way high over the top, and not enough. So the top one is 16 feet long. So one for every 10 feet, right? So 1, 2, or fraction thereof, that'd be 6 feet. And then why does he have the third one? Because it's not up against something, it's a penalty shot. Okay. Yeah. Anything over 2 tiers height needs to go. Anything over 2 tiers. So all tie downs, proper use of tie downs. All tie downs and other components of a cargo securement system used to secure loads on the trailer, equipped with rub rails, must be located inside. Yeah. That rub rail?
But you don't want us doing that at all.
No. No, inside the rub rail. Inside. You can't attach to the rub rail. The rub rail is there. You know what the rub rail is? So for years, the rub rail was there to keep another truck from sidetracking you, to cut all these straps. Then they said, okay, the only thing you can secure to it is what? Parts. That's all it said. It's not a securement device. You'll see on most of the trailers we have, it says, you're not secure to this.
That's what I was saying.
But yet, these guys do it constantly.
It's easier, especially on
Yeah.
that trailer.
It starts with the big L word, right?
Loser.
Lazy. Lazy. But sometimes, John, some of those trailers have a very small lip under there. You can't do that. But what else is underneath? Those trailers. See, the J hooks. What if they don't have them? Some of those trailers don't have them. So my question to you would be this. I had that problem yesterday. What kind of pre-trip did you do? I put around it, I was forced. What kind of pre-trip did you do, Peter? It's not a pre-trip. Yeah, exactly. It was a what? It was a preloaded trailer. I dropped an empty. They just went over reloaded, but it doesn't have those systems. I picked one up, picked up actually drywall and baked it. And I tried to use the J-hook, but it was big. I wanted to drywall. Go in the other way. Go in the other way. So flip it, and then it lifts up this way, outside of the drywall. It was still close. And then when I go to tighten it down, it's going to jam up to the drywall and make the extra out of that thing. That's why I tried to do that. But now I put it in, I really on there. It is tough to utilize those hooks, but you can't flip them both ways, and then it pops it out, and then it'll get away from the material. I know on that drywall it does get really wide, but also if you come down underneath, there is a place to hook it down. Underneath, not on the edge of the trailer, but underneath there. You can run there, you can hook it to that. So you guys can use the frame?
So that, I just, I'm sorry, I'll go fix that if you guys want, but I'm saying, I tried to, and then, like, anything I was looking, it looks like it was gonna damage the frame.
Right? Yeah, you guys can use the frame.
And those trailers don't have the J-hooks on them. We have some out here too, so.
No, yeah, it did have it, like I said, I tried to, but I didn't wanna damage that drywall, so that's why.
So, do you think that the rubber will hold you under a harsh No, then you got all that drywall
Selling it to the back again.
Yeah, and I mean, like, I came from Swift, so they, I know. I'm trying to
This is it.
Everybody quit listening after that.
Listen, all you had to do was call myself and Mike, and we would have given you guidance. Whatever you guys are jacked up, and me and Mike don't get off the phone and go, oh my gosh, what a jackass. We go, holy cow, that was refreshing.
At least he called.
Yeah, at least you called, man. We're here to help you guys. We're not here to downgrade you or anything else. If you need help, call for it.
I got something to add, or a question.
Okay.
Something to add to kind of touch on what Peter said. Some of the trailers, because I run into it, sometimes my trainees run into it, where we run out of winches. Is there any way we can get like one or two, like those tappable ones, that we can keep
portable ones that lock down, there's something you take a couple.
two of those in your truck, like two portables.
Really?
Two portable 4-inch, it's just like your jack.
Yeah.
But it's a 4-inch.
Yeah, we have them out there.
Yeah, just ask for them.
Oh, yeah, cause we run out of, the winches on
Yeah.
the bottom of the
Trailer, it's like, if I at least have one or two extra ones that would clip onto the trailer and lock on, like,
That's why I did my own. So we're trying to fix it.
yeah.
It's sometimes it's hard. So please stop putting dunnage and other things here. Every 3 to 4 months, Scott gets a phone call. Oh, I don't know what's going on. My air's burning out. There's no lights on my trailer. I'm stuck in the middle of the freeway. Because the strap comes off, it wraps on the drive line, and it starts ripping everything out from under. So please stop doing that. Okay, emergency equipment. So, you gotta have emergency equipment in place and ready for use. So what do you gotta have? Fire extinguisher. So we carry the 10 BC.
Otherwise, you have to carry 2 5-seats. We carry the 10.
But does it have to be in a, so labeling, it has to have label on it?
The visual indicator is the dial, so you gotta make sure it looks, that arrow's in the green. And then condition, location, and mount. So the fire extinguisher must be filled, so located that it's readily accessible for use, must be securely mounted to prevent it from sliding, rolling, or whatever. So it's gotta be locked into that thing.
They always come unlocked. You guys keep so much equipment in there when they are in the sleeper right there that they always come unlatched and they ding us for that all the time. So.
Little things add up to big things. So here it is. This one's properly locked in. You see the arrow? It's in the green. So we're good. It has the label on it right there where
You can see the 1, 2, 3, it'll tell them what size fire extinguisher it is there. So we're good.
that's the way it needs to continue to be. There's your emergency triangle. I can't tell you how many times you open
The box and they look like crap. This one looks great.
just check those things. Make sure that they're right. See the big metal thing next to it? That's your 4-inch. If you got a fire extinguisher inspection date on it, there's no inspection dates. There might be, but there's no requirement for inspection dates.
Usually it's for buildings. Yeah, usually it's for buildings like these here, but we actually use a big one like that. And we have refillable stuff like that for big ones.
So spare fuses, you guys gotta carry spare fuses?
Most of the trucks are going to circuit breaking systems, but there's still fuses that are there. So if they ask you for your spare fuses, please know where they are. The guys that ask you for your spare fuses, or they ding you on some ridiculous state law,
They don't know the rules very well. But it's still a violation, it still hurts us.
If you don't have it, it's a violation, if you don't have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to have a little baggie of spare fuses.
I got some, but I
So you can go.
didn't know it was a violation.
Yeah, it's a violation.
I keep it because I don't wanna have to go 30 miles. Yeah, sometimes you have to be involved in it too, I'm not sure now because everybody's going over G and shit, but when I was getting into it, you used to have to keep using that number.
So part of your guys' pre-trip is to make sure your periodic inspections are good. So on your truck, when you're looking, so it says every commercial motor vehicle. So a commercial motor vehicle is the truck and the trailer. It includes dollies on doubles, triples, includes all that. So each unit has to have its own annual inspection. And so there's a date on it. We got dinged in Utah at the Canal Border Injury. Okay? You guys go through this one, we go through that. Well, there's a guy up there now with Jason.
You got me one time.
Yeah.
So I stopped doing it, but every time I come down, like he stops me. Same guy probably.
Yeah. I was always did something, and he's like, I said, hey, we didn't get the inspection, you didn't give me a driveway, nor is it Cindy. And he said, He said, well, the governor put in an order that we're going paperless. And I said, okay, well, the law says I have to have an inspection. For being a citizen. Are you being a smart ass? So I said, no, sir, not at all. I just need the inspection because if you know the law, and I know the law, then you know, then I know, that you know that you should be giving me an inspection. You know? So that guy's an asshole. However, he can be a real jerk to us as we go through. Well, we had a guy up there and he said, hey, where's your annual inspection? The guy, oh, I don't know. He just sits there in his job. Does he call me or not? No. Does he get out and look for it? No. We got people. So, the inspection shows the date, the name, we do them all here, so it's all there. Here we go, on the Peterbilt, driver's side, big door. On the kennels, driver's side, little door, underneath the sleeper. On the trailers, driver's side, landing gear. That's where they all are. Look at the date. It's good from a year from the date it was done. So, like, it'll say February
2023. So by the end of this February to this month we're in, we've got to get a new annual inspection on it. So
make sure you know where they are. There's a copy of one, so February 23, let's get to the last day of February 24. Shows White Mountain Trucking, shows we're the motor carrier, and we did the inspection. So the driver vehicle inspection reports, the ones that you guys are supposed to fill out. You know, instead of walking into the shop and going, hey, I need this done, you're supposed to actually fill these out. And it has to include any of these things. So the service brakes, parking brakes, steering mechanism, horns, tires, lighting, windshield wipers, rear view mirrors, coupling devices, wheel rims, and emergency equipment. Those are the things you cover. If your AM/FM radio doesn't work, don't worry about it. Because then we're held to the standard of this. So, they changed the law a few years back that says drivers are not required to prepare a report if no defects or deficiency is discovered or reported to the law. So as long as you do your pre and post trip, you don't find anything, you don't have to generate a report. One time you have to generate a report is if you need something repaired on the truck or trailer, then you must fill out the deed. Because when they come in and do an audit, and since I've been here, since 2018, we've been through 3 audits by the feds. They come in and ask this stuff. And if they dig deep enough, they're going to find out that most of you guys aren't doing it. And then it shows that there's a breakdown in the process. Luckily, our maintenance score stays pretty good, so they don't ding us on it. The things cameras catch.
Ago. Whether or not, you know, something. Michael!
I wasn't
That was too graphic.
He was texting somebody.
All right, so let's go over our stuff. So first off, to those of you who are doing really good jobs and not getting write-ups, I want to thank you. We've really done well. And so we're in the 50 percentile in our unsafe driving. We used to be in the 87 percentile, which put us into the yellow. Remember the yellow triangle there? 41 percentile in our crash. We definitely need to improve there. 49 in our hours of service. So, and vehicle maintenance, 30 percentile. That's great. Controlled substance, we're 0. We don't all have that. Our driver fitness is whether or not you're wearing your glasses, your hearing aids, or have a proper driver's license. Which that's going to change at the beginning of next month. So we hired a driver that had a SR22 on his license.
That's our 22. So it's when you've had multiple insurance infractions, or they can do it with the So it's where you gotta pay up front.
So it's not like you normally pay where you pay for your monthly insurance. You gotta pay 6 months, then you take that certificate to MVD and say, I'm good for 6 months.
Right.
When that runs out, the day it runs out, guess what happens tomorrow?
Uninsured.
You're uninsured and they suspend your driver's license unless you have already brought the SR.
So here's our unsafe driving. We're trending down. We started going up a little bit. We went from 2.62 to 2.69. We're going to go up again.
Because we've had some
Individuals who don't care. They care about themselves. So our top violation, the most of them, the 11, is 6 to 10 over. That's who gives us probably 90% of them. Failure to obey a traffic control device. So that would be the sign that says interscale or the sign that says no tracks left lane. Then we go down to where we have state, local speed, 15 or more over. We just got how many points? All it over. So 10. That's the maximum. You get the same points for DUI in a truck. Or you don't. We do. As the carrier. Speeding in a construction zone. That's another one. 10 points. Don't wear your seatbelt. 7. These are the things that kill us. That drive the score up. Are those miles? No, this is what I'm showing you. It goes that far. But this goes, so 1, 2, or 24. What happened? 6 to 10 over, right? You guys remember how many points that was? That was a 5 points. What's the one right below it though? 15 over. It shows your severity, weight severity right there. Drive zone. 4 points. 10. Yeah, those are called CSA points. So when Mike and I talked to this individual, he wanted us to send him to traffic school or, hey, what are you going to do for to get rid of this? Because finally, none of one of these damn cops were in the street. So he got caught for the whole thing. So when we said, hey, we don't, but you know, you got us a bunch of CSA points, you know what he did? I mean, it's ridiculous. Okay, here's our crash indicator. We're starting to come back up. We're down to 415 or 17. We've got to stop flashing. Pay attention to your driving. That's what we pay you to do. Hours of service. We're trending down. But the more of these violations, we got a party to give. So each one of these violations counts. So you can see, driver failure to manually add shipping document numbers. 1 point. If everybody gets wrote up, it gets a violation throughout the month. And you guys don't get stopped. But we usually have about anywhere from 10 to 20 inspections a month. If everybody got wrote up for that one violation, what would it do to our CSA score? Yeah, so we can't be doing that. I mean, the severity is only 1 point, but the multiple drivers tear it up. Then we have drivers still under certified. I mean, this is some hard stuff to do, I know. Drivers fail to manually add trailer numbers, or if you have too many trailer numbers, or too many trailer numbers. Driver fail to maintain supply blank of logs. You guys all have blank logbooks. Old-fashioned paper log.
When it does, it'll tell you what driver's assigned to it.
Oh, okay.
Call me and Mike, and we can make the phone call and have them.
Okay.
I didn't know that.
Mike works tirelessly every day, calling people, hey, you've got 14 dollars. And you have 62 dollar waiting numbers. So then we get down to the big violations, the 11 hours, 14 hours, those are 7 corners. So, just be careful, please. This is what we've had so far. So the last one we got was driver not adequately trained in the operation of the automatic onboard recording device, which this all has to be. But he could transfer to DLD. How hard? So you out of service, go down a little bit, so go to transfer. However they want to transfer, you know? They'll tell you, type in. Where's your card? So, well, he said, I didn't know what to do, and the officer took it, and did the whole thing. So why did you get a violation? Because you have to know how to do it. That's what the law says. The law says that the driver, when you hand in the tablet, they do it.
Yeah, but technically,
I know how to do it, but I'm just saying, usually they say, oh, where's your hours of service? Yeah, you hand in the tablet, they say, okay, but
it was a setup, bro.
yeah, whoever else had it, I know how to do it, I hand it to you. Yeah, that'll get us a violation. So the next violation on 1-8, you'll notice it's out of California. So what's the top one? So you guys can see right here. Utah, California, Washington, 3 Californias, Arizona, New Mexico, California, Arizona, California, Utah. So the majority of our inspections occur in California. But it says driver failed to certify the accuracy of the information, and then driver failed to manually out the shipping document. These things add up. Right? So our vehicle maintenance, just understand though, in vehicle maintenance, those securities involved in vehicle maintenance. We're at 1.97, we're starting to climb, but we're doing pretty good. We just need to do a little bit better. Number one across the United States. Number one written violation for vehicle maintenance is NOx. We have none. License plate light, clearance lights, marker lights, ID lights, any lights. So we've got to be a little bit more vigilant. No, only required by insurance company. That was only driver's yeah, ABS lights, guys. How do you check them? Does somebody want to tell everybody else how to check them? Oh, it wasn't there? I guess somebody fixed it. The light's staying on. Chuck it out in the field. Well, now it's not going to stay on. And then what happens on your dash? The light's on. So when he gets up in there, he looks in over and sees the lights on. I can't tell you how many pieces of electrical tape I told people, well, it stays on. I don't like to see it. It's there for your safety.
Do you want old-fashioned brakes on ice and snow, or do you want these new ABS?
ABS.
Oh.
All day long. All day long. When I first started driving truck, every winter, I would back my front brakes to the wall. Because we didn't have ABS. You didn't want those kind of events locked up, because when you're locked up, what happens? You can't speed it. Yeah. So. All right. Here's our controlled substance. So we're doing really good. If you guys are going to drink at night, make sure that it's out of your system. So on a beer, 12 ounce can of beer. How long does it take to digest and get out of your system? 1 hour.
it's gonna take longer. So, we've had drivers come in here, if I smell it, I'm gonna test you guys. So we've had 2 guys come in, I test, if you're over, if you're gone. So, we cannot afford to have another failure, especially in today's world. How many billboards down here say, accident warning, trucks? So, ISS is still 33, it's gonna go up this month. So we're still holding a strong 33. That's the best score this company has ever seen. So it's because most of you guys listen. Most of you guys try hard. Most of you guys are doing a phenomenal job. Especially for what it is going to do. I mean, the higher it goes, so once we get out of the 30s into the 40s, instead of getting I'll show you on the slide. There's when an officer runs your DOT number, it brings up a little like traffic signal, and below 39 is green. From 40 to 60 is yellow, and about 60 is red. So in green it says, yellow says, inspect if possible, and red says no. So when they run red, and they get red, they're supposed to push it to the curb. I don't know, we're going to find out. Because we have stuff that'll drop off. So it's a 24-month cycle. So as this stuff is dropping off, and stuff that just got written up will be added to it. So you just have to be strong that 24 months. So you want to keep it under 20, right? You want to keep it, if we can get into the 20s, people would stop looking at us. Except for maybe jackwagon up there. Really? Alright, so hey guys, when you guys are loading, stay off the trailers.
Have you ever wondered why steel coils are always transported standing up? I mean, wouldn't it be ideal to lay them down flat so they don't just roll down and crush the driver's cabin? Now, you might think it's because they can only be loaded and unloaded from the middle.
And laying them flat seems nearly impossible, but that's only partially true. You see, when these coils are made in the factory, they're rolled tightly right away, and they carry a lot of tension inside. If they were laid flat, even small bumps can cause them to release this stress, leading to a catastrophic failure.
So that's what you guys saw.
Hey! That's you don't need rubber. What's still good?
Pull it back, let's get it down there.
Yeah, we can fix that.
So this is the guy's response from this picture. He says, Robert Lewis here is a picture of the other side. I was the driver. This happened over 3 years ago, and I get tired of explaining what happened. But the load was 12 bundles, 14 foot, 2x4s. I had 11 straps, 4 on the front, 3 on the middle stack, and 4 on the back. I was tarped. The load shifted. Last load check was done 45 minutes before this happened. The truck is equipped with Bindex braking mitigation system. You guys notice your truck's not on it?
Yeah, it's that automatic whole shit braking shit.
Yeah.
Western Express did that one time. Yeah, fuck that.
So, they locked the brakes up and went from 68 to 0 in 197 feet. That's impressive. It wouldn't have mattered how many straps were on the load with a stop like that, which I have no control over since then. The truck stopped itself. It still would have shifted really badly. So, you must have been following the post, right? Well, no,
Who was it that those things have?
Who was it that,
signs causing?
we had a guy driving down the road. Okay. We had a guy driving down the road, they fixed the thing in the road, and it was a big,
Yep.
like tar spot, and our truck, luckily it was empty, remember that? And the truck just locked up. We got a harsh brake, threw the driver forward.
Well, nothing stopped.
I
had it paused.
Oh, do you have it on your?
No, I didn't,
On your old truck?
on an old truck,
Yeah.
but I've had it paused, like 95 crushes in the ring.
Well, the road devices, Oz.
I've never seen this stop a truck for a reason.
I don't like those ages. We had a truck do 78 to 0. It kind of went like this. Then it started on fire. We saw the driver kick the windshield out and comes walking out in his bare feet as the truck's blowing flames up. Yeah. Yeah, that's what happened. We closed IK in both directions in El Paso for 3 days first. Let me tell you how happy those people were. We got death threats here. We were being called every cuss word in the book. Why 3 days? He went up and tagged the bridge.
Well, they shut the bridge and everything down. Whenever something like that happens on a bridge, they shut everything down and they put it through an
The first bill was $7 million. Yeah, we want to forget that. So this was given
to us by a driver who left. But, what's the very first violation? Dressed lumber or similar building products are not secured pursuant to commodity-specific securement
requirements, not a service. What did he do wrong? 2 stacks of dressed lumber, 4 tiers high, missing a total of 6 belly straps. Anything over 2, you got a belly strap, guys. Then this is the nice, I don't certify, I don't put in stuff. And he's wrong here. There's a party stuff there. Yeah. I wouldn't be so upset.
This was a different guy, but.
I wouldn't be so upset if there would have been citation in there.
All of them on the company.
Now, all in the company, and now he's not here.
So,
Securing the bundles, transported.
what does it say there? If there are more than 3 tiers, the one of the
Middle bundles in the top bundle must be secured by tie-down devices in accordance with the provisions we're talking about recently. Middle tier must be secured, may not exceed 6 feet above the ground. So if you got something that the first tier is like 7 feet, you got to secure that by itself. That's considered a load in and of itself.
ELD record submissions, we've been over this. You gotta review your log, you gotta certify your log, you gotta make sure there's only 1 bill of lading and 1 trailer, right? We don't pull doubles here. The driver must submit the driver's ELD certified records in accordance with the rules.
You gotta follow this, guys.
The miscellaneous data, a driver must manually input the following information. Annotations, what are annotations? Those are the, hey, why am I editing my log? Why am I using adverse driving? Why am I using PC?
That's what annotation. Driver's location description, that's automatically done. You don't have to do it. The output file comment, when directed by an officer, that's transferring your logs to an officer. The driver must manually input or verify the following information. Which commercial motor vehicle unit number, trailer numbers, and shipping document numbers. And then, on request by an authorized safety official, the driver must produce and transfer from an ELD the driver's hours of service in accordance with the instruction sheet provided by the motor carrier. So you've got to have the instruction sheet and be able to transfer it. How many places in the ELD is the transfer sheet? It's settings, then you go to help, and then DLD instructions. Then, right before you transfer, on the transfer page, right at the top, it says DLD instructions. So if you're missing
Your sheet, come see Mike. Mike has a bunch of them. We can get more made.
So this guy, he gets pulled over, and notice I try to keep everything really where nobody knows who it is. But my favorite part is this. So the violation is for driver of a vehicle subject to, that's the California Vehicle Code, failed to drive in right-hand lane, out of lane number 2, or he was in lane number 2 of 4 lanes. You guys could be in number 3 and 4, but you can't be in 2 or 1. How about it? You got 4 lanes. So now he's the best. We're not going to want to get for him. He's on himself, right? So I thought that.
I have a question. When you go out to Raycon, and you're passing a truck,
Yeah.
and then that guy's slow too, if you go to the third one, and go to the
What did they consider?
so you gotta. No, I'm asking that because they do it. They still do it.
Yeah, I did it, got a violation for that shit a couple years ago.
They don't always
Yeah, they'll bang you up for that.
Those CHP guys on the grapevine live for that violation.
Yep, that's why they're on the grapevine.
So there's that, hey, these are the California vehicle codes. It would say,
Vehicle subject to 22406, which is listed below it, which says no person may drive any of the following vehicles on a highway at a speed in excess of 55 miles an hour. Motor truck, truck tractor having 3 or more axles, or any motor truck or truck tractor drawing another vehicle. 55. It also says that you can't be in those other lanes.
Yeah, well, two spots. Yeah, I have 40, you're not going to touch these right now. You have 30 miles, whatever it is,
Yeah.
on the film, it says touch these right now. I'll go down fast. You know,
So when there's a sign that's white background with black lettering, that's an enforcement. If it's yellow with black lettering, that's a suggestion. Just like when you're going up, I-17, you're coming out of Black Canyon City, you're heading up. What does it say? Any truck that weighs over, what is it, 15 tons?
Well, and it doesn't say weighing over, it says weight, TV tons per car, or 14 tons.
Oh, it says,
It says weight.
oh, yeah, so now we're even. Because the old sign, I think, used to say weight. Okay. So yeah, it's gotta be in the right lane. Those guys work that hard. So the state of California places restrictions on which lane commercial trucks can be in. They're one of the only states that really does it hard. Lanes for larger commercial trucks and other large vehicles will depend on how many lanes are available on each particular highway. For example, if there are 3 lanes or less going in the same direction, then the trucks are required to use the far right lane. If there are 4 lanes, then you can use that middle one to pass. But if you're out there longer than passing, you're going to use it. If there are 4 lanes, trucks are allowed to use the 2 farthest right lanes. So the guy that just got our speeding 15 or over, that was his citation. So in California, no person, you can't drive more than 55.
remember that. Nowhere in California can you drive a truck on 55. Anything with 3 or more axles or pulling a trailer. 16 to 25, that's gonna be his fine before the court.
Used to be about $1,000. I'll be interested to see how much it is now. So $238. Carries 1.5 DMV points, which stays on record for 3 years. So this is when you get pulled over by a law enforcement operating the vehicle on his or her arrival at the next terminal or facility. If the driver is not scheduled to arrive at the terminal or facility, you gotta get it to me within 24 hours. Either through mail, fax, or otherwise. 24 hours, guys. Yep. So Bill Barr, this guy uses a little bit of the F word, so if that offends you,
If that offends you, stick your fingers in your ears. But he's a funny dude.
I saw this story that in Orange County, California, this guy gave helicopter tours 30 years without incident. Hands the business off to his son. The American dream. I built it up for 30 years. Here you go, son. Make the family and the family name proud. Oh, Dad, I love you. Right? This poor kid, 5 days in. He's supposed to give a tour to a couple, only the dude shows up. The kid thought it was weird. He's like, I need the money. I gotta give him a tour. Right? So he takes this guy up. 10 minutes into the tour, the dude fucking jumped out. Yeah. 5 fucking days later, this kid, he probably barely had the speech down. Just sitting there flying the helicopter. All right, if you look out the left side of the aircraft, that's Orange County. There's over 27 miles of beaches. Put your seatbelt back on. 27 miles of beaches. Was established as a county in 1903. Sir, please don't open the door. Sir, what are you doing? No, don't! No! What the fuck? Oh my God! Oh my God!
All right. This is a report we get run every day.
so nobody's, keep hearing, oh, you've been responding on me. You want to see me naked? Mike, you want to see me naked? No do I. That's just something that you gouge your eyes out because you can't get it out of your head. So, no one's spying on this. The reason we check this is because every time we're involved in an accident, guess what happens?
The defense goes, why is the inside camera covered?
What was your driver doing? And so by allowing that camera cover to be on there, we hold more liability. And that wasn't bad as the phone calls about. That was a bad spot. I don't know well, we're low on the picture, Joe. Going to the middle of the night. So, if you're involved in an accident, the camera's obstructed by something, and the jury might say, we, meaning you and us, allowed it to be covered. Then we pay a lot of money to, or the company cannot sustain the damage in the case to impose others. So, if you have been hired and you signed the form that says you're not going to have the camera covered, don't. This is from our insurance. The camera program is intended to assist you in investigating solutions aimed at improving safety and controlling claim costs. Our subsidiary has these cameras, and they call them KPIs, key performance indicators, are evaluated each quarter. This will evaluate them. You think it's me? No. You think it's Mike? No. It's our insurance. Our insurance has access to all of our cameras. That's part of it. So if we don't meet our KPIs, then we lose money. So these are the KPIs that we've got to be better at. Otherwise, we lose thousands of dollars. This is what I was talking about earlier. So keep cameras on camera. See the signal light past 33 safety? That's what they see when they force off. So that's what we want to keep. Here's our inspection. What state has inspected us the most every single year? Yeah, California. So when you guys go into California, make sure your stuff's in dry. I mean, make sure your stuff is dry all the time, but especially in California, because the likelihood of you getting stopped there is greater than 68 inspections. They had 1/3 of our inspections. In 23, they had 38. Out of 124, so that dropped a little bit. And so far in 24, 5. We have 1 in every other state. Well, we only have in 4 other states. So they're at like 125%. So this is what insurance looks at for unsafe driving. That
Line is the 80% line we don't ever want to go over like we did back in the days. And you can see all the alerts.
those are not good. That's why FMCSA came in. So we want to stay below the line. But how are we trending right now? We're going back towards the line, right? So we got to stop. Our hours of service.
We hit the line a couple times, but we're heading down. That's beautiful.
Driver fitness. Nowhere near the line. Our vehicle maintenance.
Hovers down pretty low.
We need to keep it down. And there's our crash. We're going up the line. So we just need to stay away from that. Backing, something you guys, all flatbed drivers are experts at. Let me show you what an expert looks like. This is amazing.
There's also a little few of the catalysts.
I'll rip one of you to see if he can do it. Because he never stops.
I'm telling him to do it.
He never stops. That is amazing. I mean, I won't take anything away from that guy. That is amazing. Okay, ice. Ice. That's all I ice, baby. This is what he said.
Slow down, Brian. Watch Brian. What's his name? He doesn't learn. Look at his wheels. Turning. Why is it not
Ice. Yeah, it's bad stuff. Do we require you guys to drive on ice? Okay, this is a load. This is a classic stone load. Let me tell you guys. How many guys have hauled classic stone? Raise your hand. The only reason we haul classic stone is to get you to a place where it's good. You know how much we haul those loads for over in California?
Well, but I'm not sure.
350, 400, right? That's it.
The entire load out there.
The entire load. You didn't get paid for the load?
They don't even pay for the fuel.
Very good. But when we don't get the proper information, they won't pay us. So on the second page, it says date, printed name, check in. Added some special things. Check-in time, the key rec number, which is where? It's up here, it's on the right side, key rec is on the right side. And then the signature. These things have to be filled out. On all bills of lading, there's a spot for people to sign.
So that right there, that's for the shipper, us to fill out. Or not the shipper,
That's
the
the person
receiver.
receiving.
The receiver needs to fill that.
Yeah.
Okay.
If they don't want to fill it out and only sign it, you fill it out. Put in the date, their name, the check-in time, the key rec number.
It has to be on there or else won't be paid.
Yeah.
The key rec number is the pickup number, right?
It's the Home Depot number.
It's that number that's circled right there.
They only have, yeah, the 6883.
It's actually a picture.
Okay. And then have them sign where it says signature. Then you fill it out. But they're not paying us on this, guys. That can only happen for so long before we say, nice knowing you. This is another one. Signature goes there. The pencil goes there. a fun load. In fact, the local driver, who's not here,
Don't look at Elroy.
the local driver that picked us up called me and he goes, I hope this freaking crap quits. Look towards the front. He pulled the tarp underneath like this one. What do you use there as the main portion of it?
What tarp is that?
Bigfoot drop.
That's your which tarp? Yeah, your front, your rear, and middle. Very good. Yeah.
It's ripping.
Because he should have put that tarp on the back and put that one in the front, and he'd have had much more room.
And look at the top corners tore.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Okay, so is this considered the same as dressed lumber? Yeah, this is dressed lumber or similar building product, remember. How often are you required to belly strap and to go over? So how many tiers are on there? 6. So where should you be going through at? There's one up. Where did you go through? So is he in violation? Because what it says in there, on the load specific stuff, so from 116 to 134, it says if you don't follow it like it's written in the book, you're out of service. That's what it says in the out of service book here. This section, if it's not followed perfectly,
And he only did one each section.
well, they should have done something too. I work for a company that didn't follow it, if you didn't. Well, you guys can follow the rules. So this is some coiled rebar. We put the strap around the front, very good. Two crossed over the top, all the way back. Richard, this is exactly the way it should go. In fact, what is required in the back, the same as the front, right? And that's the law, it's not us, that's the law. Not this. What do we want done with changes? Teardrops. Teardrops. No, don't hook to anything but the change. How about this? Is this a belly wrap? No. Should your hooks be down? Always put your hook up, guys. How about this one? All your hopes and dreams on that little piece of aluminum right there. Behind it, you're probably going to get slammed into.
Yep.
But we harp on you guys about driving. Who caused the accident? The four-wheeler, right? But did that driver have any say, the guy that flipped over, did he have any say in that accident? He tried his best to avoid. But if he had the accident, it's still, I'm telling you right now, that commercial vehicle company will be sued. So they might not win.
But you know how much it costs us to just go to a lawsuit? To have
Attorneys write letters back and forth at $380 an hour. And it's like they're first graders typing. crank it out. No, they charge us an awful lot.
And then when they get them to us, we're supposed to.
Well, we don't know where.
No, he passed and hit that car.
Yeah, but in some states you could drive it for that. Like here.
You just told me we can't.
California.
Alright, so listen, this is one of the best things I've seen. This is something that's really controversial, so I don't know how you feel about it.
But we need to be nice to each other's feelings. But this is absolutely 100% true for us.
Do you think we should ban guns?
Yes, 100%. I think we should ban guns. Guns are the problem, really. They're the thing that's causing the violence. People argue that, oh, it's to defend our homes, but it's so easy to buy mass-killing weapons, which shouldn't be the case here. I think our military should have guns, but really, I don't really think even police officers need guns.
Do you not teach history anymore? Whatever, good idea. Let's disarm all the citizens, even the police, and let only the military have guns. Because there's no evidence in history a dictator has ever become so powerful and used the military to control its own citizens, right?
You guys need to think about that, because I guarantee you that's going to be a big thing on the ballot. If people take away our Second Amendment, we will be slaves to the government. More so.
It's not like if that ain't the will, we can have people
No.
If the government wants to do anything to us, they can do it. It doesn't matter how much gun we got.
You know why Japan never invaded us? You know why Japan never invaded us?
Japan bombed the Pearl Harbor.
Yeah, but you know why they never put boots on the ground here?
But they know we all have guns.
Oh, because
They said behind every bush is a Tom or Joe with a gun. We're the largest, the U.S. citizens are the largest armed army in the world. And let me tell you something, most of the guys would not attack American citizens. But if we give up our Second Amendment, folks, we will be slaves. Promise you.
We are done.
Because there will be the ruling class and the rest of us.
They're already working on that.
Yeah.
Okay, so other countries about Second Amendment, or what they was Second Amendment.
And the citizens slave. And the citizens slave in all countries that don't have one sentence.
Yeah, whatever runs that way.
And this is, can you name me some countries that we know about that their citizens are slaves?
Germany, Adolf Hitler, made them all.
He did mass killings.
Yeah, we know Russia.
Venezuela just disarmed all their citizens, and where are they now?
At present.
Can you get a loaf of
Fucking bread there? No. Australia disarmed all their people, and guess what's happening there? But everyone that's not listening, let me tell you something. I'll go down in a fucking blaze of glory if this starts happening.
Better bring your
Alright, so let's talk about the safety contest. This year, started on 2/12, last Monday.
It goes until 11/24. We've added changes in a few categories to this year's contest, so please be reading this. So, if you have more than, so we will now be requiring a quarterly truck inventory inspection. Attached is the list of the quantity of each of the supplies that is considered acceptable in the columns. You'll receive a deduction of 500 points if you have more than listed in the overage column. You'll receive 1,000 point deduction. We will be performing these inspections starting on the second quarter. Please go through your supplies and make sure you have the right stuff, basically. So, first place this year is going to receive 45, second place is 3, third place is 1,500, and place 4 through 10 will receive 250.
Oh, we've got that.
The quarterly contest, yes, sir. I see it. Is it over 300?
No.
No, it's 150
Yeah.
miles one way.
Yeah.
John, I keep driving because I've had issues out there where I get something loaded and totally. It's clear all the different side matches. So that's why I always keep a whole bunch of 2-inch straps. More than.
When we get to the shoot, there's a minimum, maximum, and there's some overage. There's some overage for guys. So the first quarter, guys, is the highest mileage, MPG. So the best fuel mileage. Whoever comes out number one on the first quarter is gonna win $1,500 for the best miles per gallon out of all. Second quarter is that whoever's completed the most runs over 300 miles will win $1,500. Third quarter will be most paid miles ran. Fourth quarter is GDP total. So, some of the things that you're going to get miles or points for is if you average more than 6.2 or greater, you're going to get 25 points every week. Your mileage paid over 2,500 miles, you're going to get 100 points. Mileage paid over 2,300 is 75, and over 2,000 is 30. Your completion of training offered is 50, so you get 50 points per year. If you're not here, you can take it online, and there is a test, but you get the points. Completion of, let's see, weekly truck shop inspections are 25. Clean DOT inspections, 1, 2, or 3. So number 1, that's clean, no violations, 50 points. Level 2 is 30, and a level 3 is 20. Dependability with dispatch, 50 points every week. No log violations or unaccounted miles, 50 points. No harsh driving incidents, 50 points. 6 or more loads over 300 miles, 100 points. Driving with no cab camera covered, 100 points a week. Using Samsara for uploading your bills of lading, 50 points a week. Safety meeting, in person or online, 100. Truck inventory checklist, quarterly. You can get 500 points if you have no violations. Weekend driving under dispatch, look at that, 200 points. Yes, Joseph?
What's the dependability with this?
That means you don't need to worry about it. You don't need to worry We're almost done, guys. We're almost done. So trainers only. If you're a trainer, you're training new drivers for a full week, you get 100 points extra. Trainee stays for 6 months with no incidents or violations, 50 points. Point deductions. Now this is what hurts. Going over 80 miles an hour, 100 points each time. And believe me, my phone lights up all the time. Boop. You have a truck over 80. Boop. I can't stand those pretty trucks. But we cap it at 4 per day. So we can lose up to 400 points a day. And we will have some people in the negative at the end of the year. 50 or more over the speed limit, 100 points. Cap that at 4 per day. 10 or more over the speed limit, minus 15, that's 4. That's capped at 200 points. So that's 4 a day. Extreme safety event, minus 200. Now viewing your sensor or video. Have you guys been looking at those ones I sent you? And it has a statement on it that says, you know, like, I told you now, so you can do shit on this. So right on your opening screen for your ELD, once you go into where your message, so there's a trophy, your sign out message, and then your settings. It'll appear right in the trophy. Red circle. Then you take it. No, I didn't get it. I know you're good if you are. If you don't get it, that's great. That's a good thing. But if you don't get them, you guys need to watch them.
You gotta watch them, because insurance looks at that, how many people are viewing them and seeing them.
They can see whether you have vehicles or not, and we get fined for that.
Yeah. So, let's see, non-out-of-service DOT violations. So if you get a non-out-of-service DOT violation, it's -20. If you get an out-of-service violation, it's -100. No truck inspections for 4 weeks, -100. Damage, and so if you guys are out on the road, every week you can call Scott and say, hey Scott, tomorrow I'm gonna be in Huntsville, Alabama. Can you get me an inspection there? Scott will say, yeah, sure.
And you go and get your inspection, just like an inspection. Damage to cargo with the driver error, less than $500, -50. Damage to cargo, driver error, more than $500, -300. Damage to equipment, driver error.
More than $500, -100.
Damage to equipment, driver error, more than $1,000, -300. Inventory checklist. Overage is excessive, you get -1,000 points.
Ooh, look at the top one.
Hey,
So is there a general allowability for like trailers and stuff?
No. So an inventory checklist overage, it's just a general one, it's just an overage, 500 point deduction. If you're misusing PC, 1,000 points. If you unplug or tamper with VOD, almost 1,000. Speeding violation, or a citation fee, that's 400. Not turning in tickets or DMV inspections within the time period, -1,000. At fault accident, -4. Using a handheld device or cell phone, -400. So remember, the camera sees that. That's where we're generally getting. Failure to charge your load, -1,000. Not reporting damage to any load or equipment, -400. Misconduct over the road or a shipper, -400. At fault accident or claim over $50,000, all fire chief. 50,000. So here's our chart, guys. So tarps, 3 of them, right? You have 2 inch and a 7. The overage would be held 4. 4-inch straps, you can have acceptable 24. You get over 30, you're in trouble. 2 inch, you can have up to 4. You have 6. Okay. Bungees. 100 of them. That's 4 bundles. 20-foot chains. You're supposed to carry 12, but you can have 15. Once you go over 18. So we have no chains at all. And we find, Scott brought the guys that work in the yard to go out and search through all the trailers. We put it out, hey, you need to do this. We have 3 big buckets, 4 big buckets of chains, just from extra stuff like this. We have tons of binders. The inventory was great.
But we were spending almost like $20,000 a month buying new stuff because shit was just disappearing. So it's a huge expense. Binders. So your ratchet binders up to 15. Coil racks up to 10. The ratchet bar you can have 2 if you really need them. Oversized banners, you can have double the amount. Red flags, you can have 8. 6. 6 is the max. No, 2 in the back. 6. 2 in the front, 2 in the back, and 2 on your extended one. And 1 on the front of it. Yes, yeah. 1 on the front of it? Yeah. You have well, even with 8, you can still get that done. Yeah. Hey, here's some good advice right here, Jason. Every time you go to CMC, pick up at least 2 flags. Huh? I'll keep it up.
Well, hey, let me let you in on a secret, but don't tell too many people. We make mistakes. We don't get everything out. So the 5, yeah, how's yours?
Let's use red cars. Fix the problem.
We can drive to So hey, the 3-light bar, your extended light bar, you can have up to 2. Corner protectors, 48 of them, up to 48. Your S-hooks, you're supposed to carry 2, but you can have 3. 1-inch straps for your dunnage, you can have up to 6. 5 blankets, you can have up to 8. 4-inch portable ratchets, up to 2. Gallon of oil, you can have 2. Gallon of coolant, you can have 2. Annual inspection, you should only have 1. Fire extinguisher, 1. Triangles, 2 sets of 3. Permit book, you should only have 1. Snow chains, up to 8. D-ring straps, you're supposed to carry 12, you can have up to 14. We have one truck with 36. 36.
Whoa! Damn!
Chain extenders, so you're supposed to carry 12, but you can have 14.
36 chains, 36 D-rings, and 36 binders.
So, how much weight do you think that adds?
That's what I'm saying, 18 chains.
A lot.
36 is,
Yeah.
what do you know that shit fit? Yeah.
Yeah. So, that's all, guys.
Hey!
Wait.
Alright, does that take you back to your childhood, Peter?
We're close to the same age. That was our childhood, huh? Yeah.
These young kids don't know. They're like,
I know. I was there. I grew up on those big old Zeta TV.